Shalom from Jerusalem. This is Uriel, news from Jerusalem, Israel. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good, thank you.
And your name?
Tzachi.
Now, we're asking questions this morning about the Iranian threat. And what do you think about Ahmadinejad and his so-called nuclear development of the bomb?
Well, I think it's a big problem, one that should be taken very seriously. And I think it should really be condemned. I mean, developing a nuclear bomb is not something you just do, for fun or something like that. It's a threat that should be taken seriously. So we should deal with it.
Now, you know that he not only poses a threat towards Israel, but to the entire Middle East. And we have not heard many Arab nations that are surrounding us voicing their opinion about the threat that the Iranian regime has against us. What do you think about that? Why are the Arab nations around us not speaking out against?
Well, I think the Arab nations, it's hard to change. They have they're very set in their ways, and I think we should try and change them, but it's very hard to get into them. They're tight in the group, and I think we should find a way of talking. I mean, I know we're trying, but it's not easy to try and change their ways and think maybe that this is the wrong thing to do. Be more modern and be thinking about, just peaceful directions and not these kind of ideas.
Now, we as Jews, and I speak as a Jew now, we don't have anything against the normal, regular Arab Iranian that lives in Iran. Is just the regime that is basically posing a threat to Israel. Ahmadinejad has denied the Holocaust. He has stated time after time that only 10,000 Jews were killed during the Shoah. So what do you think should be done to deter the Iranian threat, not just towards Israel, but to the entire Middle East?
Well, I think basically we're standing out here, and I think a day or so ago there was a vote in the UN, and they wanted to veto Iran, if I'm not mistaken. And I think that's the right way, but it's hard when countries like China and Russia, they wanted to condemn Iran. And China and Russia vetoed that and said that they don't want to vote and they're against it, and that's a problem, because I think international pressure is the best way. I mean, I think nobody wants a war to break out, so political pressure and international pressure is the best way, but we need to get as many countries as possible to participate in that.
Now, one final question. As you know, Abu Mazen and his delegation are meeting in Jordan. They've been hosted by King Abdullah of Jordan. They're trying to negotiate more land for peace. Are you willing to give up your land for peace against your morals or against your lifestyle? As you know, Abu Mazen really supports terrorism, and that's a known fact.
Yeah, well, it's a tough situation. I think it's hard to say, because on one hand I want Israel to be, to stay as much as possible Israel, but on the other hand, we can't keep on going like this. It's like two kids are fighting and none of them wants to give up, so what's the point? So you don't get anywhere. I think the best way is, I don't know if to change or I mean, to try and get as many moderate politicians as possible and try and talk it out and get it sorted, and coming from the point of view of coming towards someone and not fighting each other.
Now, and we'll finish with this. Gush Katif, the 50,000 Israelis were taken away from their homeland and give that land back to the so-called Arabs. And we have received over 10,000 rockets. We understand that land for peace does not work. So what do we do to secure Israel as a nation to live in peace?
Well, it's a good question. I don't know exactly, but I think it's hard for me to say, but I think, you know, just keeping on fighting and staying in a situation like it is, it's not very good. I think, you know, people should try and change their point of view and think maybe there's another way, and, you know, fighting over land is important, but maybe, you know, giving up certain areas or, you know, coming towards other people can maybe help to end this conflict, hopefully one day.
Once again, this is Uriel, LCP, News from Yerushalayim, Israel. Shalom.